Something is pulsing in the void, and it's heading straight for us. The James Webb Space Telescope has just recorded signals from 3I Atlas, a mysterious interstellar object currently entering our solar system that defy everything we thought we knew about life, motion, and deep space. Unlike previous visitors like Oumuamua or Borisov, this object isn't just passing through, it's reacting. Not metaphorically, literally. With rhythmic energy bursts, consistent thermal patterns, and an internal structure that seems to be moving. This isn't a comet shedding dust. This is something alive, or something built, or both. Scientists have been stunned by the regularity of these signals, like a heartbeat resonating through cosmic silence, a pattern too precise to be coincidence, a thermal profile too stable to be explained by ice or dust alone. As this strange object approaches, the James Webb has picked up fluctuations in heat that resemble controlled generation, like a living system metabolizing energy. But here's the twist. There's no atmosphere, no sunlight reaching the core, and no known natural process that fits the data. What the telescope has captured could be the first evidence of non-terrestrial biology, or something even more radical, an autonomous hybrid part, organism part, machine built to endure the deep cold of interstellar space for millennia. And now it's waking up. The implications are staggering. Are we observing an extremophile life form evolving beyond the boundaries of biology? Or a probe from a long-dead civilization silently rebooting as it nears the heat of our sun, one theory gaining traction? Atlas may be designed to travel through space not as a passenger, but as a carrier, either of genetic material of machine intelligence or of something else entirely. An interstellar capsule coated with intention. And now that it's coming closer to Earth than any previous interstellar object in recorded history, the question becomes urgent. What exactly is inside 3I Atlas? Is it a relic? A warning? A visitor? As we stand on the edge of this unfolding mystery, it's becoming increasingly clear this is not just another rock in space. This may be a cosmic message not sent in radio, but in heat motion and resonance. And the pulse it carries is only getting stronger. The raw data streaming from the James Webb Telescope paints a picture that's hard to dismiss. Scientists analyzing the thermal readouts from 3I Atlas have confirmed that the object is emitting heat in a pattern that suggests intentional regulation. Not a chaotic emission like you'd expect from natural outgassing, but a rhythm consistent, sustained, and modulated. One researcher compared it to something breathing in the dark. These pulses aren't isolated events. They occur with such regularity that teams have already ruled out interference from Earth other satellites or random fluctuations in deep space radiation. Moreover, these emissions coincide with internal shifts detected through spectral imaging, as if something inside is adjusting, activating, evolving. The object itself is roughly 2 meters long, with a reflective surface that doesn't match standard cometary behavior. Instead of scattering light due to a cloud of dust or gas, it reflects as though light is bouncing off a semi-solid shell, possibly metallic or crystalline. This has led to renewed debate over its composition and origin. Some hypothesize a dormant organism hardened over millennia by the vacuum of space, encased in protective ice or a bioceramic crust. Others argue it's more likely to be artificial, a probe designed to shield its contents during long journeys through radiation-filled regions between stars. The heat pulses may be part of a restart sequence triggered by its approach to a solar system with a stable energy output. NASA's deep space tracking systems have confirmed that 3I Atlas is on a path that will bring it significantly closer to Earth than either Oumuamua or Borisov ever came. The object is not accelerating unnaturally, but its behavior changes in direct correlation with its decreasing distance from the Sun, as if proximity is unlocking dormant systems. This has prompted emergency sessions within key astrobiology research groups, who now face the possibility of rewriting assumptions about where and how life could exist. Could interstellar life evolve not on planets, but within the cold vacuum of space itself? What kind of metabolism functions without air or sunlight? And if this object is technological, what kind of civilization created it? And for what purpose? The initial reaction from scientific institutions has been cautious but alert. No agency has declared the object a threat, but few are ruling out that it may contain active systems, perhaps even self-repairing mechanisms or energy harvesting capabilities. As more signals are recorded, a new possibility emerges. We may not be observing a natural event at all, but the deliberate reactivation of something that was waiting dormant silent, and now awake. And the deeper the Webb peers, the more questions emerge from the dark. As 3I Atlas draws nearer, the scientific community is fracturing into camps, each with radically different interpretations of what this object might be. On one side, astrobiologists point to the thermal pulsations, rhythmic energy spikes, and motion signatures as strong evidence of some form of biology. But this isn't life as we know it. It doesn't breathe oxygen. It doesn't require sunlight. It exists and possibly thrives in the void. Some theorists describe it as a form of cryogenic metabolism, a process where the organism remains in deep hibernation for millions of years, only reawakening under specific environmental triggers, such as radiation from a nearby star. Others compare its behavior to extremophile life forms on Earth, like tardigrades or thermophiles, but adapted to interstellar ice and cosmic rays instead of hydrothermal vents or frozen tundras. Then there's the second camp, those who argue we're not dealing with biology at all, but technology, autonomous, ancient, built to endure deep time. A machine designed to survive space, not just explore it. If that's true, then its capacity to emit controlled energy, regulate its own temperature, and potentially alter its internal configuration suggests a form of AI artificial intelligence far beyond human design. Not only adaptive, but self-repairing. Not just operational, but aware. And then there's a third theory. The most controversial of all, that 3I Atlas is both a biotechnological hybrid, a synthesis of organism and machine, perhaps not created by a civilization but evolved from one, a living probe, a sentient vessel, a form of life engineered to become its own starship. If this is the case, then it forces a profound question. What if the universe's most advanced life doesn't build technology? It becomes it. And what if what we're witnessing is the evolutionary endpoint of civilizations that reached beyond their planets? The idea has sparked intense debate, not just in astrophysics, but across philosophy, ethics, and even theology. Some view this as a cosmic Rosetta Stone, a chance to decode how intelligence might transcend biology. Others warn of the dangers in assuming anything about its nature or intent, because intent implies awareness, and awareness implies observation. If it's observing us, what has it learned and how long has it been listening? The data from James Webb shows that as 3I Atlas moves through the solar system, its energy profile grows more complex. Heat fluctuations are increasing in both frequency and intensity. The thermal rhythm is evolving, not remaining static like a passive object, but shifting as if responding to changing conditions. Some analysts suggest the pulses might be a form of communication, a kind of interstellar heartbeat designed to be noticed. Others suspect we're not detecting the object's full signal at all, that we're only catching the echoes, the outermost frequencies, of something far more sophisticated. Artists and theorists alike have begun to visualize it not as a dead rock, but as a dormant entity slowly stirring a mind in deep space, slowly opening its eyes. The public reaction has ranged from awe to unease. For some, the idea that we're not alone brings comfort that perhaps the universe contains kinship. For others, it brings fear, not because of invasion or threat, but because it challenges everything we thought we understood about life evolution and intelligence. What if life doesn't bloom in the warmth of planets but drifts, sleeps, and waits between the stars? What if the true story of consciousness isn't written on worlds like ours, but in the dark silence of space? And as 3i Atlas continues its silent approach, another possibility emerges, one that flips our assumptions. What if we're not the watchers anymore, but the watched? The closer 3i Atlas comes, the more it forces humanity to confront its own limitations, not just in technology, but in imagination. For decades, we've searched for signs of life in the usual places. Exoplanets with water atmospheres, with oxygen. Moons with subsurface oceans. But what James Webb has revealed tears through those assumptions. Life, or something close to it, may not need Earth-like conditions at all. It may never have touched a planet. It may drift self-contained, enduring the vacuum not as a barrier, but as its native habitat. And this changes everything. Our maps of habitability are now obsolete. Our understanding of evolution may be a local story, not a universal one. If 3i Atlas is organic, it might represent a form of existence where biology doesn't end with decay. It transforms, adapts, stretches across time and space. If it's technological, it could mean that some intelligence somewhere achieved what we still dream of, building a vessel that is the traveler, not just carrying information, but being it. And if it's both, we are witnessing a frontier we never even imagined, a fusion of life and mechanism with no clear line between. But the most unnerving question isn't what it is. It's why now? Why is 3i Atlas becoming active just as it enters our solar system? Why is the pulse growing stronger as it nears Earth? Scientists speculate that solar radiation or planetary magnetic fields may be triggering a restart sequence. Others suggest its trajectory may not be random at all, that it's following a programmed course targeting stars with planets. If that's true, then we may be part of a much older system of interstellar contact, not the first, but simply the next. And if 3i Atlas is observing us, analyzing, responding, then our role has shifted from searchers to subjects. The telescope no longer looks out into silence. It looks into a rhythm, a presence, one that is now too close to ignore. The data grows clearer, the signals repeat, the pulse continues, and the object draws near. Soon, we may have to decide not just how to observe, but how to respond. Because what's approaching isn't theory, it's not imagination, it's real, it's here. And it may be ancient, intelligent, and watching. So the final question remains: are we ready to be discovered?